Okay friends, here is our completed Ladybug project. But to get started, again, you're just going to need your 5 sheets of paper. You need blue, brown, green, red, and black. And you also need a pair of scissors, a glue stick, a pencil, a black marker, and optional, a couple of lids, one a little larger than the other one. These are for tracing the parts of your ladybug if you want to, or you can just freehand them. I'm just going to get those out of the way, and we're going to start actually with our blue paper. Just to let you know, this is just going to be what we're going to glue everything down on, so you can set it off to the side just for the moment. You need your brown paper next, and we're actually, instead of cutting this, we are going to tear it, and it is going to be the soil or the ground for our picture. So I like to turn it this way, and I'm just going to rip it, and you don't have to rip it in the middle. You can if you want to. I just kind of like to come down toward the bottom and just start ripping it, and it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. In fact, I like it if it's jagged or rough, and you're just going to tear it all the way across until you have a piece to use for your soil. And what we will do, we're going to set it off to the side with our blue sheet of paper, and next you want to grab your green sheet of paper, and our green is going to be for our plants that you see in the background here that our ladybugs are crawling on. And again, we're just going to tear our paper. Now if you wanted to take your scissors and cut it into strips, you could. They're going to be kind of very straight. Again, I like the little rough edges that happen when you tear the paper, and so that's what I want you to do. You can start on any side that you want to. I'm going to start up here at the top, and I'm going to tear all the way down. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be straight. It's actually kind of better that way if it's not. And you see this edge right here is still very straight. What I'm going to do, I'm going to tear along that edge too and make it rough. And as you can see, I've got one long strip of paper, and you're going to continue to tear your green sheet of paper into different sizes, different widths, and different lengths. I'm going to turn it again, and I'm going to get a shorter piece, and it's kind of wide, and I'm going to tear this end again to make it look rough. And sometimes I rip big chunks out, and sometimes I don't. You see they all are going to look a little different. So I want you to continue to do that until you have several strips of green paper. And again, these are going to be for the plants in our picture that our ladybugs are going to crawl all over. And you're going to end up with lots of strips, and that's okay. You may want to use all the strips, and you may just want to use a few of them. That's going to be totally up to you. But I at least want you to have a lot of strips to choose from. All right, you have all your strips together. Now we're going to kind of move those off to the side, and you're going to grab your blue paper again, and we're going to put our soil on the ground. We're going to glue it on, and so you want to grab your glue stick, and I have to twist mine up a little bit, and you're just going to put glue on one side of your brown strip of paper that you ripped off, and put it all around the edges. And I like to put lots of glue in the middle, and then you're going to just glue it to the bottom of your blue paper, smooth it out, and next we're going to glue on our green strips. Now before I glue them down, I like to lay them out on my page to kind of see how I want to place them. And again, I'm going to have some that are taller, some that are shorter, and I might even have some that are growing crooked, and they're going to overlap. And you just glue them on there however you want. Now I kind of like the way that I have this, So I think I'm going to stick with that. I didn't use all my strips, but it's okay if you do. So I'm going to move this one here. So once you have your strips laid out the way you want them, then you can glue them down. There's strip number 1. Here's my green strip number 2. And I have my really tall one here. Again, put glue around all of your edges. And I actually think I might make this one grow a little crooked. He's going to be on a slight diagonal or a slant. And I'm going to add my last few strips here. I think this one's going to come off of here, kind of like it's a branch maybe. And then I will do one more. And it's going to cross in front of one of my other plants. All right, after you have your plants glued down, your green strips, you can set that back off to the side, because now we need to make our ladybugs. And for this, you're going to need your red and your black. And again, here's where you can just draw a circle for the shape of your ladybug shell. I know that's really hard for you guys to see, but let me see if I can pull it closer. Maybe see, there it is. If you don't want to freehand your circles, you can use your large lid to trace the edges so you get your circles to cut out. And then you can do as many circles as you want for your ladybugs. I've got 2 right now, but you could do 4, 5, 6, however many that you wanted to put on your page. And after you get those drawn, you're just going to use your scissors and cut those out. I'm going to cut out my big circle that I did freehand. Just take your time and cut out your circles. Again, they don't have to be a perfect circle shape. They can be irregular. And I'm going to cut out the one that I used for my lid that I traced. And again, just cut out as many red circles for ladybug shells that you want. And then you're going to use the black to cut out the heads for your ladybugs. And again, you can just draw smaller circles, freestyle using your pencil, or you can use your smaller lid and you can trace those circles. And then after you get all those black circles drawn, you're just going to cut those out like I'm doing now. And again, you can free draw those with your pencil, or you can trace them using your lid. All right, friends, once you have all those cut out, I'm going to move those up there out of the way for a moment. Bring back your picture earlier that we did of our soil or our ground and our grass. And now you're going to start putting your circles on your page. And again, you're going to use your glue stick. And I'm actually going to start with my ladybug heads first. So just grab one of your ladybug heads, put some glue on the back, and just put it wherever you want a ladybug to be. So I'm going to put that one right there. And then I need the ladybug shell. So grab one of your red circles, put some glue on the back, and I'm going to kind of overlap it a little bit on the head. And then just keep doing that until you have all of your ladybugs on the page that you want. I think I will put one more there. And there's his shell. Let's do a third ladybug. I think this ladybug's going to be crawling on the ground here in front of my plants. And she's going to need a shell. So we'll put that one right there. And maybe there's one at the very tip top here of my plant. Maybe she is getting ready to crawl off, or maybe just fly away. And we're going to give her a shell. And I think I need one more. Where do you think would be a good spot? How about down here? Maybe we will draw, or actually put another ladybug here walking toward the other ladybug that we have down there. So there's the head. And there's the shell. Now friends, we are almost finished, but you notice our ladybug is missing something. Well, what do you think's missing? If you look at our finished picture, we need to add some legs and some spots to our ladybugs. Now ladybugs are insects, so they're going to have 6 legs. So now's where you get to take your black marker and you're just going to give each of your ladybugs some legs. 3 on each side. You can bend the legs if you want. Just put 6. They can stick straight out, however you want to do it. Now let's add those spots. Now if you like, you can do what I did, and you can put a black line down the middle to kind of divide the shell, because that's where like it would split and the wings could come out. So I'm going to do that for all of mine. You don't want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but I just like the way it looks. Now we're going to add some spots. You can give your ladybugs big spots, and you can put however many dots or spots on their shell as you want. Maybe you want your ladybugs to have tiny spots. You can do that too. They're all going to be different if that's what you want. Maybe they have really big spots. Maybe they only have 2 spots. And maybe they match on each side. Or maybe they don't match. Maybe one side has more spots than the other. But after you do that, you are finished and your ladybug picture is complete. I hope you enjoyed making this project with me today. Have a good day, friends.